What's up, guys? It's On&Off football, and the Green Bay Packers have a bye week going into Week 10 and will not be playing this week. But there are a lot of games that the Packers need to go their way if they somewhat want a chance to win the division and just have a better chance at making the playoffs. Packers are sitting comfortably at 6-3 heading into the bye, taking a loss to the Detroit Lions at home. Unfortunate loss. For some reason, the Packers love losing to the Lions when they play at home. But we'll see later in the season if the Packers get their win against the Lions at their home. So, yeah, just the Packers bye week going to Week 10. And the Packers need to work on a lot of things. They just traded Preston Smith. Preston Smith had said that he previously asked for a trade out of Green Bay because the new scheme did not fit his play style, which is reasonable. You go from Joe Barry to Jeff Hafley, and it's a completely different play style for you, and it just doesn't fit how you play. But we are in a predicament where we don't really have veteran linemen on the defense besides Kenny Clark. Everybody is still very young. Our linebackers are very young. Our edge rushers are very young. And Kenny Clark is one of the older players on the team on the defensive line. Packers now going into a situation where they didn't trade for anybody. They were instead sellers rather than buyers. They did not buy a cornerback. They did not look to shop anything, to be honest. And it looks like the Packers are going to have to start Lucas Van Ness in replacement for Preston Smith going into Week 11 against the Bears and throughout the rest of the season. Packers, they need to fix a lot of things. Starting with Jordan Love. Jordan Love has got to figure it out. He cannot keep forcing the ball down the field when it's not a good opportunity or it's just not the right decision. Jordan Love threw a very, very costly pick six against the Lions with about 30 seconds left in the second quarter going into the half, and he throws a pick six, putting the Lions up 17-3. Packers, sorry, not 17-3, 24-3. This is not a game the Packers played well. If we do look at the stats, you would think that the Packers won the game, but they did not play discipline. They did not play like they were trying to win it, to be honest. They looked like they were just playing. Sounds weird enough, but the Packers played a very weird game. Jordan Love, 23 for 39, 273 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick six to basically end the half. It was not a good decision. Yeah, it was not 24-3. It was 17-3. Packers kept the Lions scoreless in the fourth quarter, but allowed a touchdown in the third quarter, which was not good for the Packers. They needed to keep them out of the end zone because this game would have been at least 17-14. Packers with a chance to win the game, or not win the game, but have a chance to score. They could have just went up and gotten a field goal, but Packers ultimately choke, leading the victory to the Lions. Lions needed this game more than the Packers, honestly. Because the Lions, they're probably going to win the division. They don't have the toughest schedule. The Packers do, though. The Packers need to win their next games. After the bye, they got the Bears. They got the Niners. They got the Dolphins 4 days after on Thanksgiving night. And then they have the Lions on Thursday night. And then they eventually have the Seahawks. This is not an easy stretch for the Packers. It's a good thing the Packers are going 6-3 into the bye because last year they were going 3-6 and it was not comfortable for them. Luckily, their schedule favored them coming out of the bye. Somewhat, I guess. They did play the Chiefs and the Lions and won both. So that's something. For the Packers, I think I'm more confident in the Packers this year than I was last year, and the Packers went to the playoffs last year. So I'm not really worried that the Packers won't make the playoffs. Assuming the Packers are not going to win the division at this point. unless the Lions do drop one game and the Packers somewhat lose only 2 of their last 6 games or 7 games. So Packers just need to fix a lot. Jordan Love need to be more disciplined. You need to stop throwing stupid interceptions. These picks they can't keep coming. I like when Jordan Love takes risks, but these are the risks you can't take. Josh Jacobs, however, has been a stud. 13 carries for 95 yards, an average of 7.3 yards per carry. So is Emmanuel Wilson, 4 for 28, 7 yards per carry, and a touchdown. And Chris Brooks, not terrible, 2 for 13 yards and 6.5 average. Receiving, no touchdowns. Again, Jordan Love had no touchdowns. But Jayden Reed, great game. 5 receptions for 113 yards, average of 22 yards. Christian Watson, 3 for 37. And other receivers, 4 for 34 for Tucker Kraft. Romeo Dobbs, 4 for 28. Chris Brooks, 30 for 28. Bo Mellon, 1 for 19. Josh Jacobs, 2 for 13. It's tough. Packers did not have Jair. They did not have Evan Williams. They did not have Josh Myers. There were so many botched snaps by Elgton Jenkins in this game. It was raining, but that's not an excuse. Packers need to fix. They need to fix their stuff. I wouldn't panic yet. This is not a time to panic. The Packers are going into getting out of the bye against not a great Bears team. They did just lose to the Cardinals 29-9, and the Packers destroyed the Cardinals. So not worried. We'll see how the Bears play against the Patriots, but I expect the Packers to come out of the bye with a win. Hopefully they look fresh. Hopefully they look better, and they'll fix the mistakes that they've been making throughout the games. But this is a team that has so much potential if they just learn. They're young. Not much veteran work on this team. Packers need some discipline. Rich Bisaccia needs to be better. Jeff Hafley is doing well, but he also needs to be better. And LaFleur, he's doing great. Just some questionable calls in some of these games. But I guess this is how learning works. Packers learned last year. They want to say that this is still not a young team. This team is still young. Give them time. I don't expect this team to be amazing immediately. Who knows? Maybe they'll go to the Super Bowl this year. But can you expect it? Don't think so. Packers are a very young team. Their defense still needs help. They cannot stop the run for Jack. They just cannot stop the run. And once you see the schedule, they play the Bears. Okay, they have DeAndre Swift. They can stop. But then Christian McCaffrey comes to Lambeau Field. I'm going to be at this game. He is going to run all over us. I know that. So is Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert, potentially. Lions, they didn't run crazy on us. So I'm surprised, but I think it's still going to be a game. I think the Packers should win against the Lions if they are a better team. And it looks like they are a really good team that could possibly be better than the Lions. They just are not there yet. Seahawks, Kenneth Walker. Again, very winnable schedule. Just need to come out of the bye. You're going to win against the Bears. I'll give my last prediction. You go win against the Bears. You'll be 7-3. Potentially beat the Niners. I think they can. 8-3. Dolphins. I think they can. This is a game. These games. It may seem hard, but if the Packers are as good as they seem, and if they get their stuff together, they can win out. They can win 8 in a row. And it sounds crazy, but the Packers could either go 14-3. Or they'll drop a game against the Lions. Maybe they get swept by Lions. Or they'll drop a game against the Niners. Maybe lose to the Dolphins too. But the Packers are still going to be over 10 wins in my opinion. I am not worried. Don't panic yet. It is not time to panic. I wouldn't panic. If you're panicking, don't. There's no point. The Packers are going to be fine. Still a lot of ball left. Still a lot of season left. And yeah, we'll see. Still disappointed about the Preston Smith trade because all we got was a 7th-round pick. But we did leave a lot of cap space off. So, that's it for this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you find it helpful. Packers going to the bye. Need to fix their stuff. This is known. This has to happen. Cannot let these turnovers decide our games because they have been. Brandon McManus missed a field goal last week. It happens. The kicker's not going to make every field goal. And it was raining. So, A lot of mistakes. A lot of things need to be fixed. I know it will be. Not a big deal at all. But we will see. So yeah. I thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, go Pack Go.